I have such a huge mess here, but this is kind of how I work when I am planting all of these seedlings. You guys, I have been here for the last 2 or 3 days just planting and planting. I love it. If you're a gardener, you know this is the time where you just go and go and go. And I mean, what's for dinner? Who knows? We'll do takeout. I'm at that point really at this point, but I am really excited because I have been working on planting my one green stack that I have right here on the side. Got that late last year in the fall, so I didn't really get to use it to its full potential. But I planted some things. It was just too late in the season to start anything there, but I got it. I love the look of it. I love how convenient it is for growing in a small space. And what I did this time is that I reused that soil, that potting soil that I had in there, because it's just nice and clean soil. There really is nothing wrong with it. So what I did is that I added just some amendments. I added more potting soil and I added some fertilizer, and I just mixed that in, and the soil is beautiful. So I did plant a few things in there. I started doing some planting as I was building the layers, as I was filling the containers with the fresh potting soil. And I have some smaller tomatoes, some tomatoes that by mistake last year I realized that they were shorty ones. They're not full indeterminate tomatoes. They're kind of like semi-determinate, so they're not going to grow really big, and I think that's the perfect size for that container. And I also have some basil and some nasturtiums, and really this year my hope is that I can kind of figure out how I can grow things in there so that I can get better at growing in the Greenstalk year after year. So I got that one done, and I am also going to get a few things that I got. Actually, I got it last month when they were having their huge sale. I am going to get another Greenstalk that I purchased, same color, same style. It's the original, but I got some goodies that I want to show you because they came out with lids and they came out with a water system, and I got both of those things, those accessories for each green stack that I'm going to have. I'm going to have a total of 2, so I'm going to put the other one together, and hopefully I can show you how I am installing all of these things. I am very excited for the watering system that they just came out with, and fingers crossed that they look great here and they can give me a lot of food. Okay, so these are the irrigation tubes. These are 1/2 inch, I think, for the watering, for the irrigation part. Oh yes, but the lids are, this is what I was really hoping for. Got my base. Even though it won't be fully useful with the irrigation system on, I just like the idea of being able to twist this a little bit. Oh, cool. They have a magazine, a nice cute little magazine. Setup instructions. All the accessories, ins and outs for my watering system. Oh yes, I also got these supports. I don't know how much I'm going to need these. Well, I might for the tomatoes, but these are the supports that go around the vertical tower, around the Greenstalk, so that tomatoes or vines or anything that you're growing that it can get out of place, that it needs some support, can hold onto it. And I got 3 of these guys because you never know how many you're going to need. So I am going to be setting up everything. Let's start the day because the sun is ready to come out. Okay. Okay, look decent. I look decent. Okay, so this is the irrigation system that I got for the Greenstalk. They just came out with this accessory this year, you guys, and I'm very, very excited because if there was one thing that I am trying to be better at this year is saving time on watering my plants. I love hand watering, but it takes so much time. So if I can somehow save time doing something that I can, spend doing something else, that'll be awesome. So the whole system comes in like this bag, and they send you these 2 pipes so that you can connect to your current irrigation system, or if you don't have an irrigation system, you can use connect it to your hose. And all the ins and outs for that, they have it here, so that you don't need to spend anything really, any money on buying accessories or elbows or connections. All of that is here, and I'm very, very excited because I already have a line right here where I'm standing. I already have a line of water that I kind of bury here. I did that on another video, but I knew that I was going to have these 2 Greenstalks here, and basically this line, I'm just going to hook it up to the 2 Greenstalks that I have here. Hopefully this makes sense. I know it could be a little bit intimidating once you have, all the things, but they make it super easy. They just give you everything that, you possibly need. So look it up, check it out, see if it's something that you might be wanting to add to your current Greenstalk setup. And if you don't have one, I do have a coupon. I do make a little bit of money for those people that are like, they're paying you to say this. They're not paying me. I just love the product, and they're giving me an affiliate link, so I'll take it, right? They're amazing. They're an amazing company, and that's why I'm very, very happy to, show you what I have. And you guys, this is gonna be amazing. Let me set this up. Let me try it and see if it works great. All the birds are like just wanna be around me apparently this morning. Let's set this up. Clips. Thing for the top. Thing for the bottom. Spread the water. Oh yes. There it is. There it is. So here's where my main water line. I installed this, you guys. I bury basically the water really deep. It's probably at least 3 inches or so underneath it. This is just the water. It's not, I don't think that it's on right now. No, it shouldn't be on. So if it does have any water, it's just because it has water sitting there, but it shouldn't have any water. What I'm going to do is that I am going to cut it right about here. Hope it doesn't have any water. A little. There we go. Just the water that is just sitting there, but it's not really on. And they gave me this. They gave me this T connection. Basically, I am just going to let the water to keep on running straight, but I'm going to make a detour here for also 1. Okay, so basically these things are like an extra fitting, if that what makes sense to you, like an extra attachment, an extra secure string for the pipes. So basically this guy is going to go right over here like this, and it's just going to guide the water this way. So I'm gonna see. Perfect. Perfect. That's going to be nice in there. I don't really want to be digging this up. So what I'm gonna have to do, since the pipe, the original pipe that I have here, is not going in very nicely, I'm just going to have to get a little bit of hot water. See if I can loosen this up, and then I'll just put it right here really quick. Sometimes when you buy attachments and they don't work with your current irrigation, just dip the ends of those pipes in hot water for a few seconds, and that should do the trick to soften the ends, and now so that you can just make the connection easier. Let's see. There we go. There you go. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Nice. Very nice. That should not come out of there. There we go. Hot water. Perfect. And now I have the connection here. I have the connection where the water is just going to go straight to everything else that I need to water, but it's going to take that detour for the actual Greenstalk. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a way for it as well. Okay, so now that I have the water coming from here, I want to keep it close to where my Greenstalk is, and I am going to use a couple of staples, garden staples, to keep this in place down here, and everything is just going to be covered with mulch. I'm not really worried. I'm not going to like stepping right on top of it. It's going to be just fine. So right here I am going to use one of these elbows. This is a connection where the water is just going to come here and it's going to take a way up. That's where the water is just going to go, because the idea is to get the water all the way to the top, to the reservoir, so that it can just fill the top and it just does what it's supposed to do. So okay, and right here is where we're going to be needing these clips. These are the clips that are going to be holding the tubing where the water is going to go up the reservoir, and these are very easy to put. Just gonna have to look at where the things are going. And these clips, they attach onto each little container, on each little mini pot here. So you kind of want to be guessing how to keep the line straight, because the tubing is going to attach like this. There we go. Something like this. It's going to look something like this. So what we're going to do, we want to attach our tubing, our 2-inch tubing, and from here we have our tubing, our water line that is going to go all the way up to the reservoir. And let me show you how we're going to finish that. Okay, for the top here, we're going to use these 2 pieces that came with the kit. Basically, you can see this is very, very self-explanatory. You just screw those 2 pieces, and this is what's going to be sitting right over here. This is what is going to be feeding the water as it comes. And the cool thing about this, you guys, is that it comes with this on and off bulb. So you can turn off the water if you're going somewhere and you decide, you know what, it's going to be raining, I don't want my irrigation, my water to go on. You can easily close it or open it. And I'm going to show you how that works at the end. But right about here, we need to measure where we need to cut our other pipe. We need to cut our other tubing, the tubing that is bringing the water here, because we want to make sure that it's nice and tight. I'll be able to turn it here. So if it's going to be sitting right about here, then I probably need to cut it right about here. Right about there. And as you're putting this on, make sure that as you work with this, or you're attaching these two, that these high points where you need to have it. So that way, if you start like this, you don't have to later fight it to be facing where it needs to be facing. Perfect, perfect. And this is how it's going to be set up. Let me show you how the lid goes on. the lid has an opening where the water, the fitting just goes in. Perfect. Now let's see if I can turn on the water really quick to make sure that I don't have any leaks anywhere in my connections before I completely bury everything down. Okay, so the water is on. I don't have any leaks whatsoever. Right now I don't have the water going because I have this the shut off bulb going on. So I'm going to slowly turn it on. This is how much power it has when it's fully open, you guys. So if you can imagine, if this is attached to my irrigation and I have the irrigation going for, I don't know, 20 minutes. If this thing is giving water for 20 minutes, it's going to be a lot of water. So the cool thing about the bulb is that I can easily tweak it where instead of just being fully open, I can probably just do maybe that much. That is cool. That is really, really cool. That is a time saver, you guys. Okay, so now that I have this guy done, set up with watering, I am going to bury the pipes, the ones that I just showed you with the connections with the water. I'm going to bury those under the mulch. I am going to secure them with some garden stakes, and I am going to do it all over again for the other one. The same thing, I'm going to find the water over there, which is the same pipe that is just going over here in the front. I am going to attach the water to it, and it's just going to be pretty cool from now on. I don't have to worry too much about my plants in the green stacks not getting any water if I'm not here, but I'm also going to be keeping an eye on them. I have to tweak how much water I give them. It's just going to be a learning experience because it's not set up. Your amount of watering that you do in your zone is going to be different than mine. It's the way that I water here in Indiana is just going to be completely different than people that water in California. Play with it. If you are thinking about getting one, hopefully this video help you and kind of giving you an idea on how these things work. Also, you probably have questions about why I'm only using 3 of the layers of the Greenstalk. I bought the full 5 layers, but my worry is that once the plants are grown, that they're going to give a little bit of shade to the plants, which are like right here next to the beds. So I'm just keeping them short this time, this year. Next year, I'm going to play around with adding more layers if I need them. I know these plants are going to do amazing here. The soil is good. They're going to get sunlight all day. Now with the water available for them all the time, it's just going to be pretty good environment for them to grow. So hopefully here in the next couple of months I can give you an update on how everything is going. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped you in some way, and I will see you on the next time.